Hey, this is Kapil Gaur, your cybersecurity expert, and welcome to my channel Cyberhawks. Roadmap to Cybersecurity. Session number 2. Basics of Cybersecurity. This is my second session on Complete Guide to Create Your Career in Cybersecurity. A roadmap to become a cybersecurity professional. Hope you have already seen my last session, which was about Introduction to Cybersecurity. If you are following this series, I would suggest, please must watch my first session of this series. And yes, do not forget to subscribe my channel for latest update. In today's session I will explain you the basics of cybersecurity. Hence, when we talk about the cybersecurity basics, it means, you should be aware of that. What is a cyber attack and what types of common cyber actors are? Let's begin. Let's understand, what is cyber attacks? What is a cyber attack? By explaining what a cyber attack entails. It occurs when an unauthorized third party gains access to a system or network. The person responsible for carrying out such an attack is known as a hacker or attacker. Cyber attacks can result in data breaches, leading to loss or manipulation of data, financial losses for organizations, and damage to customer trust and reputation. To prevent such attacks, we employ cybersecurity, which involves protecting networks, application, databases, digital assets, computer systems, and their components from unauthorized digital access. The COVID-19 pandemic has had a negative impact on cybersecurity, with an increase in cyber attacks reported by Interpol and WHO. Now that we have an understanding of cyber attacks, let's learn about the various types. Types of cyber attacks. In today's world, numerous types of cyber attacks occur, and having knowledge of them can aid in protecting our networks and systems. In this session, we will focus on the top 10 cyber attacks that can affect individuals or businesses, depending on the scale. Let's begin by exploring the various types of cyber attacks on our list. Number 1. Malware attack. One of the most prevalent forms of cyber attacks is malware, which encompasses various types of malicious software like viruses, worms, spyware, ransomware, adware, and trojans. The Trojan virus often masquerades as legitimate software, while ransomware blocks access to crucial network components. Spyware, on the other hand, secretly steals confidential data, and adware displays advertising content such as banners on a user's screen. Malware usually infiltrates a network through vulnerabilities, such as when a user clicks on a harmful link, downloads an email attachment, or uses an infected pen drive. Let's now look at how we can prevent a malware attack. 1. Use antivirus software. It can protect your computer against malware. Avast Antivirus, Norton Antivirus, and McAfee Antivirus are a few of the popular antivirus software. 2. Use firewalls. Firewalls filter the traffic that may enter your device. Windows and Mac OS X have their default built-in firewalls, named Windows Firewall and Mac Firewall. 3. Stay alert and avoid clicking on suspicious links. Update your OS and browser regularly. Number 2. Phishing attack. Phishing attacks are among the most widespread and prominent forms of cyber attacks. They involve a type of social engineering in which an attacker pretends to be a trusted contact and sends fake emails to the victim. Unaware of the deception, the victim opens the email and clicks on a malicious link or opens an attachment, thereby giving the attackers access to confidential information and account credentials. Phishing attacks can also result in the installation of malware by the attacker. Phishing attacks can be prevented by following the below-mentioned steps. 1. Scrutinize the emails you receive. Most phishing emails have significant errors like spelling mistakes and format changes from that of legitimate sources. 2. Make use of an anti-phishing toolbar. 3. Update your passwords regularly. Number 3. Password attack. This type of attack involves a hacker using various programs and password cracking tools like AirCrack, Cain, Able, John the Ripper, Hashcat, etc. to crack your password. Password attacks come in different forms, including brute force attacks, dictionary attacks, and keylogger attacks. Brute force attacks involve trying multiple combinations of characters until the correct password is found, while dictionary attacks use pre-built lists of commonly used passwords. Keylogger attacks, on the other hand, record the victim's keystrokes to capture their login information. Listed below are a few ways to prevent password attacks. 1. Use strong alphanumeric passwords with special characters. 2. Abstain from using the same password for multiple websites or accounts. 3. Update your passwords. This will limit your exposure to a password attack. 4. Do not have any password hints in the open. Number 4. Man-in-the-middle attack. An eavesdropping attack, also known as a man-in-the-middle attack, MITM, occurs when an attacker intercepts a two-party communication by hijacking the session between a client and host. This enables hackers to steal and manipulate data. In such attacks, the communication between the client and server is interrupted, and the communication line is redirected through the attacker, as depicted below. MITM attacks can be prevented by following the below-mentioned steps. 1. Be careful about the security of the website you are using. 2. Use encryption on your devices. 3. Refrain from using public Wi-Fi networks. Number 5. SQL Injection Attack. An SQL injection attack happens on a website that uses a database when a hacker alters a standard SQL query by injecting malicious code. This is achieved by entering the code into a search box on a vulnerable website, causing the server to reveal sensitive information. As a result, the attacker can view, modify, or delete tables in the databases and may even obtain administrative rights. To prevent a SQL injection attack. 1. Use an intrusion detection system, as they design it to detect unauthorized access to a network. 2. Carry out a validation of the user-supplied data. 3. With a validation process, it keeps the user input in check. Number 6. Denial of service attack. Denial of service (DOS) attacks pose a significant threat to companies. In this type of attack, the target is a system, server, or network that is flooded with traffic in an attempt to consume its resources and bandwidth. When the traffic becomes overwhelming, the server cannot handle the incoming requests, resulting in the website hosted by the server either slowing. If attackers use multiple compromised systems to launch such an attack, it is known as a distributed denial of service (DDoS) attack. Let's now look at how to prevent a DDoS attack. 1. Run a traffic analysis to identify malicious traffic. 2. Understand the warning signs like network slowdown, intermittent website shutdowns, etc. At such times, the organization must take the necessary steps without delay. 3. Formulate an incident response plan, have a checklist and make sure your team and data center can handle a DDoS attack. 4. Outsource DDoS prevention to cloud-based service providers. Number 7. Insider threat. An insider threat involves someone who is already within the organization and has access to confidential information. This could be an individual who knows the organization inside and out. Insider threats can lead to significant damages. Insider threats are prevalent in small businesses as the staff often have access to multiple accounts with sensitive data. The motives behind such attacks could be greed, malice, or even carelessness. Insider threats are difficult to predict, making them a challenging problem to address. To prevent the insider threat attack. 1. Organizations should have a good culture of security awareness. 2. Companies must limit the IT resources staff can have access to depending on their job roles. 3. Organizations must train employees to spot insider threats. 4. This will help employees understand when a hacker has manipulated or is attempting to misuse the organization's data. Number 8. Cryptojacking. Cryptojacking is a type of cyber attack that involves the unauthorized use of someone else's computer to mine cryptocurrency. The attackers typically infect a website or trick the victim into clicking on a malicious link. Online ads with JavaScript code can also be used to carry out this attack. The victim may be unaware of the attack as the cryptocurrency mining code runs in the background, with only a delay in computer performance as a possible sign of the attack. Cryptojacking can be prevented by following the below-mentioned steps. 1. Update your software and all the security apps as cryptojacking can infect the most unprotected systems. 2. Have cryptojacking awareness training for the employees. This will help them detect cryptojacking threats. 3. Install an ad blocker as ads are a primary source of crypto-jacking scripts. 4. Also have extensions like miner block, which is used to identify and block crypto mining scripts. 9. Zero-day exploit. A zero-day exploit refers to an attack that takes advantage of a security vulnerability that has been recently discovered or announced, but for which there is no immediate solution or patch available. Typically, the vendor or developer notifies users about the vulnerability, but this information may also reach attackers. In some cases, it may take a considerable amount of time for the vendor or developer to address the vulnerability. During this period, attackers may exploit the vulnerability before a solution is implemented. Zero-day exploits can be prevented by 1. Organizations should have well-communicated patch management processes. Use management solutions to automate the procedures. Thus it avoids delays in deployment. 2. Have an incident response plan to help you deal with a cyber attack. Keep a strategy focusing on zero-day attacks. By doing so, the damage can be reduced or completely avoided. Download the complete document. For complete detail of this session, I have made a Word document which you can find in the comment section of this video, and you can download the written description of this document. Conclusion. This article provided an overview of various types of cyber attacks and prevention methods. It covered what cyber attacks are, the top 10 types of cyber attacks, and ways to prevent them. As cybercrimes continue to increase, it is essential to be aware of the various types of cyber attacks and how to protect one's network. For more information on this topic, check out the video on top cybersecurity threats. If you have any questions regarding types of cyber attacks, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below, and our team of experts will get back to you promptly.